You did everything right. You built the career. You made the money. You maybe even found the guy. And somehow, life still feels a little off.
Like you're living a life that looks good on Instagram, but doesn't actually feel like you. So what if the problem isn't your life, but the script you built it on?
Hey there, Rainbow people. It's David.
And John.
Today on Queer Money, brought to you by Optimize Investment Partners. More on that later. We're talking about something we wish someone would have told us years ago. You don't need a better life. You need a more honest one.
Because here's the truth. Happiness isn't about doing or being more. It's about unlearning what was never yours to begin with.
So before we dive in, we want to hit the 15,000 subscriber mark. Help us reach that milestone so that we can keep growing and reach more people and help them not only live, but also retire fabulously.
Then drop us a green heart in the comments and let us know on a scale of 1 to 5 how happy you feel about your life today. Let's dive in and get started.
Newsflash. You didn't build your life. You inherited it. Before you were even born, a version of your life had already been written. What success looks like, what kind of man you should be, what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. And for a lot of us, that script didn't just miss us, it completely erased us. So what did we do? We adapted. Like many gays, we performed. We built lives around approval, safety, and survival.
And that survival is key. In the 4 Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz explains that we're domesticated from birth.
Like sheep.
Like sheep. Taught what to be, who to be, how to be, before we even ever had a say. And it goes even deeper. The version of you that you identify with, the non-self, the anata, much of that was constructed for you. Your beliefs, your fears, your identity, your desires, the conditioning or sankhara, you absorbed all that from others. You didn't choose that. The real work isn't becoming someone new. It's being liberated. That's the liberation phase. It's unlearning everything that was never really true to you to begin with.
And a lot of gay men didn't build their lives. We assembled them from expectations from both within and outside of the community. And then somewhere in our 40s or 50s, usually, we stop and think, wait, is this it?
And this often happens in tandem with the age of 40 or 50 when we're thinking about or actually preparing for retirement. And then we start to think about, is my life over at 50, 60? What do I have left to live for? And become very nihilistic.
Yeah, and for many of us, we may no longer be getting the gay gaze. We're physically feeling older. And for those of us who are still single, we may be asking ourselves, am I really worthy of having a partner? All of this right here, this moment, these questions, this isn't a crisis. This is actually a wake-up call.
So where does the happiness start? Where does it come from? Well, happiness starts with, as the Oracle of Delphi said, knowing thyself. And most gay men, we skip this altogether. Most gay men don't actually know who they are. We know who we learned to be from family expectations, religion, culture, school, even gay culture itself. Let's be honest. Gay culture comes with its own rule book. There are actually books on how to be the right gay. Look a certain way, spend a certain way, age a certain way, desire a certain way.
Don't use certain words because only certain parts of the community can use those words. It's exhausting. So real happiness, it doesn't start with fixing your life. It starts with asking better questions. Questions like, what actually matters to me? When do I feel most like myself? What do I want if no one's watching?
This is the wisdom of the Oracle of Delphi. Know thyself. That's where everything shifts.
So truth bomb here. You cannot buy alignment. Trust us. We tried. We literally tried to spend our way into belonging. $51,000 of credit card debt later, it turns out that doesn't work. Because no amount of money, No amount of travel, of designer labels, of looking successful, especially on social media, of raising your hand at the gala events saying that you're going to donate a massive amount of money. None of that. None of it fixes a life that's built on the wrong foundation.
This is the part where so many men get stuck, especially gay men. We chase fabulous looking lives instead of fabulous feeling lives. It's a huge difference. One gets you likes, the other one actually gets you peace. And if you're looking for more peace and less chaos in your life, here's why retiring in Portugal may be the solution for you.
Right. Optimize built the Portugal Golden Opportunities Fund for more than returns. They built it for freedom. Freedom to move about Europe, to retire fabulously abroad, to include your family, if you want to include your family. It is EU regulated. It is SEC approved. It is IRA friendly, which means that you can use your IRA money to purchase into the fund, and it's EU passport worthy after 10 years. Get details through the link in the description of this video.
And here's the thing, a happy gay life is built. It's not found. This is why during the pandemic and after working with so many gay men, David and I did the work, and we found that a truly happy gay life is one that's built on a system. It's built on 5 building blocks. As we share in the 5 building blocks of a happy gay life, those blocks include love, money, wellness, lifestyle, all resting on a foundation of direction and purpose. Most people focus on one or two things, but that's not enough. True happiness takes a 360 approach.
That's why happy people, they build all 5. Because when even one of these is off, the whole thing wobbles. And that's when we ask the question, is this all there is? It's like a drag queen on 6-inch heels after bottomless brunch. Unstable, risky, definitely entertaining, but not sustainable.
And here's the thing, as we alluded to earlier, that's all resting on a foundation of direction and purpose. Without it, you don't choose your ideal life or your dream retirement. You kind of drift into them. And quite honestly, most of us are drifting through life.
But first, we must remember that happiness isn't the destination. It's actually the direction. This part is so important, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Happiness isn't retiring early or finding the perfect partner or hitting the right number in your bank account.
It's knowing that you're headed in the right direction. It's liking who you are, building a life that fits you, and making decisions that feel aligned.
Because happiness isn't about perfection. It's about progress toward a life that you actually want. The twist? The happiest people, they aren't the ones who have arrived. They're the ones who are intentionally building their whole life.
So if you take nothing from this episode, take this. You don't need to become someone new. You just need to strip away everything that wasn't you to begin with. Because a happy gay life isn't about looking right, acting right, checking the right boxes. It's about knowing yourself, choosing your direction, and building a life that actually aligns with who you are.
And when you do this, everything changes. Your confidence changes, your relationships change, your money changes, your future changes. And all that, that's freedom.
So drop us a green heart, and now that you've watched this entire episode, tell us on a scale of 1 through 5 how happy you are actually feeling today. And if you want to dive deeper, grab a free copy of the 5 building blocks of a happy gay life in the description below if you're watching on YouTube or on your podcast player.
Then make sure you subscribe, because we're working on an episode about how much money is actually enough money to save for retirement. You don't want to miss this episode, because a lot of advice makes this much harder than it needs to be. So until next time, stay fabulous.
Not fabulously broke. Now, for more tools to build a happy gay life based on the 5 building blocks, check out this video here.